Hello, welcome in. Hi, Jess. I like Unveil and Unwind with Jess Mercer. Wow.
Ooh, fancy. I like it.
Like that, Jess. I'm still having difficulties sharing yeah, putting out there. Okay, I am public. Okay, good. At least that part's done. But yeah, welcome in, Almighty Morning.
Good
I
morning,
was,
everyone. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Welcome to the spiritual show that flows with Claudine and Julie. We are your guests today, um, or co-hosting, whatever you want to call us. I don't know.
yes,
You guys
yeah,
are our
well,
guests.
at least in your home. Thank you.
We're doing things a little different today. Julie's not with me, so I feel kind of naked.
Oh, that's sweet. I was gonna say I like your outfit. Do you have a romper? And then the shirt I'm used to, but you have a romper underneath that?
Yeah, it's just a romper set. Yeah, it's really
Oh
cute.
yeah, okay.
It
Okay.
goes over my boot.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been able to wear anything that has any kind of pants. I've been able to wear pants, shorts, or anything for 3 weeks now. I've just been wearing dresses because it's easier, just with my foot. But
Yeah.
this is
And how's
so
your foot
baggy.
doing? How's
It
that foot
was,
doing?
it's doing well. It's healing, but I have to say on Sunday, too much. I was on it way too much, and I'm feeling it now. Yeah, so I'm back babying it again. It is healing. And thanks for asking. And it will heal. It's just a broken bone. It takes a while.
I sent Claudine a message on Instagram, but I've been listening to a podcast about the GATE program and kids who were in the gifted and talented program in school. Oh, great,
Oh,
great.
good. Okay, I'll look at that, Jess. When you text me or
No,
message me through social media, you've got to be patient because I'm not on there a lot. I mean, I actually have someone who took over my social media. I did do something on dandelions last week, real quick, and posted that, but I'll go look at it. I do look at it. Don't get me wrong. I do look at my messages and go through it at least once a week to see if anyone's trying to reach me. So, thanks for that information. And you can always call me, Jess. I'm here at the facility. So,
yeah, and her information is online. Brilliant Live before was half four in the morning, but could leave the phone. Couldn't leave the phone. Okay, but not sure.
oh, he's
And
talking last night. He was on our
that's
live last night, and they were censoring me, you guys, big time. Victor was on it. We could not use the S word as in critters. If you guys are following me, I don't want to get
okay.
yeah, so I'm not using the S word for the critters, you guys. Uh or the P word. I'm sorry, the P word, the P word. I'm so sorry, you guys. I haven't had my coffee yet, my tea, my
Oh wow.
mushroom tea. Okay, so I can't say the word,
Oh, okay. Got
okay?
it. Got it.
Yep. We can't say it because I keep getting shadow banned on it. It's yeah, they're really coming after me. You won't they'll just they mute me and you won't be able to hear what I say. It's been happening all last week and it was happening last night again. So and you guys know how I love to talk about the critters. That's all I want to talk about anymore. So
Okay. Internal critters. Okay, got it. Internal
internal
critters.
critters. And those are when I'm saying that, I'm talking about the
Yeah,
okay. All
I
righty.
understand what you're saying.
Yes, yes. I think everyone who does follow us will understand what we're saying. So hopefully what you can go ahead and write the P word down if you want to, Victor, for us. And that way everyone will know that I am referring to the critters as those P words. So yeah, isn't that interesting, you guys?
Yeah.
How I am being censored for that word?
Yeah.
It's because I'm onto something, because I'm speaking truth. And when you do that, the only reason why they censor you is because you're saying something they don't want you guys to know. Because if you get rid of those critters, they no longer can control you the same way. Okay. You're not going to be
Thank
affected by,
you.
huh?
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then, yeah, we'll be using critters for that. Um, so, um, yeah, I find it very interesting. And the more that I keep getting rid of these, the less that they have a hold on me through the AI frequencies, you guys, because this stuff is very real. I just went through something over the weekend. Was anyone hearing high pitch uh, frequencies in the ears? And you can kind of feel it kind of vibrating around the head area, your skull area this past weekend? While the riots were ramping up really bad, they
It
were
was,
putting mhm,
yeah.
yeah, they
And
were
it,
putting
to me,
frequencies on us, you guys.
right. Yeah. And I don't feel that the frequencies definitely did not come from the writers. The writers
No,
did
no, no,
not
no,
do anything wrong. I want you to know, hey,
no,
I've got Love Riot Warriors for a reason, people. Light
right?
is not a bad thing. It
No,
is
I'm
to
not
help make changes, but
there.
in a positive way.
You get, and I believe I don't even. I love talking about this stuff privately, you guys. Julie will tell you. I mean, I'll get at it. I know a lot about this stuff when it comes to the government. Remember, you guys, I've made laws. I've changed laws. I'm that person. All right. So I know about it and I used to be very involved, but not so much anymore. But I know things about how they infiltrate their militaries on us, you guys, and their AIs and their frequencies. And they were full, I'm telling you, they were full force on it this weekend because they were trying to control that crowd in LA to do what they're doing. Again, that crowd is full of I'm sorry, critters, full of critters. And that's how they're getting these frequencies attached to them to tell the school, to tell the brain, do this, do that. Not only that, you guys, but they also, who put all the bricks everywhere? Why is there bricks just randomly stacked everywhere in LA now? Come on now. So they have their people. I think what they do is I think they hire people to go in and cause all this chaos and make the rioters who are trying to be peaceful bad people.
Did you? I did see someone with a smoke gun or whatever it is that shot directly at an Australian reporter that was there in LA. Hit her directly. The camera showed him pointing it at her and it hit her. Showed it.
Yes. Okay. We got it. That's sad. That's terrible. That again, you guys, they are being fully controlled by these AIs that are implanting these critters and making them do the things that they're doing because they're trying to burn us down to the ground. Okay. And that's what they're doing. Okay. Remember
But,
the plan.
yeah, let's try it. Let's use the word democracy.
Yeah. There you go. They're trying to destroy the democracy. They remember the plan, you guys, the one world plan. Always remember this, you guys. The plan is for them to destroy the democracy, sell us out to China so that they can buy America back on pennies on the dollar. Has always been the plan. One world order. So
It ain't happening.
just say, I
But
know.
as you said many, many times, the darkness has lost. They just haven't gotten the memos yet, people. They didn't get the memo.
Yeah, they don't know how the system works, honestly, you guys. They don't know how inflation
Uh-uh.
works. They don't know how to balance a checkbook. I mean, come on now. They don't know nothing. None of them. None of them. I don't like any of them. I'm not in favor of any of them. They have no light. They have completely went dark, and that is that. So those are our enemies. So let's just hold space for yourself, you guys. Please do that grounding. We did a complete show on earthing and grounding. Was it last week or the week before that?
I think it was before our break.
Yeah, okay. Yes. You come on, you guys. Just, we got this. Again, like I said, even as I got affected. I'm sensitive though. So even though I got all these critters out of me and I'm still continuing to get these critters out, um, I could only imagine I'd probably be still in bed if I didn't, because the headache was pretty intense to when I first woke up. Every morning I'd wake up, I was like, whoa, I can't do today. Whoa, this is crippling. And then I start doing stretches and just moving my head around, it went away. But the frequencies, I'm telling you guys, high pitched frequencies in here in the back around the head. So if you guys were feeling them, that's all that was. Hopefully, whoever is working for the light was able to take that AI down.
Yeah.
That's information I don't know, but I know there's someone out there doing it. I believe in that big time, because we're all where we need to be doing what we need to be doing for this planet, for Mother Gaia. So,
And I get the feeling, the headaches and everything. What has helped me, um, well, two things help me. One is taking my nutmeg every morning. That has helped so much, believe me. For a while there, I wasn't taking it, and then when all this craziness, I took it. I feel so much better, so much clearer and balanced. The other thing is, I have been running, well, we'll just say I have been out there kind of jogging, running, walking, um, for the last few days. I think I have five exercises or five five or six runs this month alone. Um, I already got in a mile point 36 um, this morning because I wanted to come on, and so I wanted to get some clarity before I started, and it helps so much. So those are the two things that have helped me quite a bit.
good for you. Good for you. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Do the movie, do the dancing, get dancing. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. We're going to talk about what I have for you today, you guys. Is let's talk a little bit about our organs, because they're not just physical, you guys. Okay, they also store emotions and memory. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I didn't want to feed the energy for what's going on, but I just wanted to make it clear to you guys that we are feeling what you're feeling is real, and it just has to do with these frequencies. So and power to the people. Yes. Resonance has been insane too. Yes, I agree with you, Jess, on that. I'm sure you guys are sensitive like me, and you've been feeling some kind of way too. So the dark bears have also shown themselves in Sweden right now via Wilberg. They have big companies in the United States, but I heard it on the news the other day. Yes, they're going to try to infiltrate all this chaos everywhere, you guys, because it's what they do, right? Right? They don't know how to
Well,
create. Remember that. They don't know how to create. They only know how to cause issues, problems, chaos, darkness. They have no light in them, you guys. I'm telling you, their soul is sold and done, and that's who they are. And they're going to go out fighting. They're going to go out fighting and swinging until it's done, and that's what we're just seeing. Uh, they're going to cause a lot of chaos for sure. I can feel it. It's going to happen in all countries, so no one's going to be exempt. And think about it, you guys. If you had these people coming into your home and taking your children away and taking your family away, I mean, what would you do? You would fight back too. So it has circulating about nobody talks about the more you
I'm getting
try to
that one too.
you get everything is stored in the body. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna get at it, Jess. Okay, so um let's talk about
No,
the liver.
we do know about that too, but we'll get to that. Let's
Right.
start on the organs, and we'll get back to what's happening more. But let's stick with the organs right now because we've talked about these organs and emotions previously. So, what more
Yes.
information do you have on the organs? Because this is very important, people.
Yeah, well, I'll never stop talking about it, you guys. This is just who I am, okay? It's just this is about the body. These are very important. People don't, we don't learn about it. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to talk about the different systems and what they say about it. And when I'm talking about the different systems, we're going to talk about Ayurvedic system. We're going to talk about the Native Indian system and the Chinese system, medicine systems that they and how
Okay.
they, yeah. And so I'm going to
Ma-
Mhm, mhm.
Practices. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Because when you
practices.
talk about systems, I'm thinking we're talking about organs and the body systems. There's multiple body systems too. So I'm
Yeah,
trying to keep
I
up.
call everything a system.
Yeah.
I call the government a system. Everything, everything's a
Yes, it
system to
is.
me. Um, but okay, yeah. So okay, so let's start with liver. The liver is a big one, you guys. That is just something that is you if you have a clean liver and you have that detoxed, you, everything's gonna just kind of flow naturally. I mean, the liver's that important, okay? Okay, so the liver holds anger and creativity.
Yeah.
So
So it has anger and creativity in your liver. That's
your
almost like
liver,
opposites. Yeah.
mhm, mhm. If you have anger, you're not gonna be able to create creativity, you're not gonna be creative.
Makes sense. Does
Yeah,
make sense.
so it's kind of the place where, we forgiveness is everything, right? Forgiveness is very important. Okay, so if you hold, so that's what that is, that organ holds anger, and that's what can cause, for it to be unbalanced. Now, what Chinese medicine says, liver stores anger and frustration. When stuck, it can cause headaches, irritability, and PMS. Native medicine says the liver is connected to our ability to see clearly and creatively. Imbalance leads to feeling blocked or stuck. Ayurvedic, it's the Pitta dosha. Fire element governs the liver, and excess heat creates anger and inflammation. Now, for all of you who have seen my critters that have come out of my liver, okay, the critter that the liver holds, and that this critter can actually get into other organs too, but it literally hijacks and takes over the liver, is the fluke critter. Hmm. That was one of my biggest things that I gave birth to. And now I'm going to show you guys pictures again. Okay, so for those who have a weak stomach,
Danger.
close your eyes. I'm warning you. I did have all this ready, you guys, earlier, but I closed everything out on accident. Sorry.
Had a slow start. She wasn't used to me not calling her at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'm
She
just
said,
like so
"What?"
happy, you guys, because she wasn't here, and I made a quiche. I made mushroom quiche for her, and she messaged me last night, and but it's fine. No, she's got to do her thing too. So the liver is the detoxifier of your body. Okay, you guys remember that. It detoxes everything out of your body. It filters the toxins from your blood, like alcohol, drugs, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, everything. Your liver does all the work. Okay. Um, Hormones, it regulates your hormones too. Okay, where's my friend? Where is my friend? Okay, I found my friend. Okay. He's about 4 inches long and about an inch, close to an inch wide, you guys, at the tip of the head. Okay. That's a proper, full on, mature fluke. This is what came out of my liver, along with probably about 10 other ones. different shapes. Actually, believe it or not, the very first one that came out, which got me going, looked like a top of a mushroom head. A straight, proper mushroom head about this big. And I was like thinking to myself, did I swallow a whole mushroom and I didn't chew it? And so anyways, but that was what got me motivated and got me really on to keep doing this. And then I probably about 10 more came out, probably about approximately about that many. Um, so yeah, so the liver will also regulate your hormones. It helps regulate the sex hormones, thyroid hormones, and stress hormones, cortisol. Um, and it clears out old excessive hormones too. It helps with blood clotting. That's another big thing too. So if your liver is in bad shape, your blood's going to clot, which that is not a good thing at all. We don't want the blood clotting. Um, okay, so how to clear this? Okay, is some qigong, some dancing, helps the liver. Express emotions creatively, art, journal, that kind of stuff. Okay. Make mosaics, whatever it is that you can come up creatively. Okay. Keep that creativity going. And the herbs that I like to use for the liver that I feel that really detoxes that is going to be the milk thistle and the dandelion. If you guys want to, I did a whole thing. I just went foraging for a bunch of dandelions and I did a whole write up on it. And I did post that on my Facebook page, you guys. So the dandelions are, see, I'm lucky in Arizona. They literally like bloom 3 or 4 times a year. They're kind of like all year round flower for us, the dandelion. And it's the leaves. The leaves are really important to make tea. But you get that milk thistle and you get that dandelion in your diet and you're going to start feeling the flukes move right there. Those will start getting them moving. It's not exactly only thing that's going to get them detoxed, but we're not here talking about detoxing completely. But again, you guys, if you guys are trying to detox these things, please contact me. Please let me help you because it's not just about taking this medicine. You've got to clear out the channels of elimination and you've got to have binders. You have to. If you don't do these detoxes properly, you're going to make yourself sicker because your body's going to reabsorb all of these critters. It can be bad news. So make sure you know what you're doing before you do the detox. You go back and look at a few of our videos that we've done in the past or contact me and I'll get you going. We are going to, what I do want to do starting next on our next live, we're going to start we're going to clear the channels of elimination going into the solstice, you guys. Okay. So for those of you who want to start doing some detoxes next week, we're going to start eliminating the channels first. And then from there, we'll go, I'm going to kind of hold your hand and guide you from week to week. And I'm going to have a whole regimen put on this live so you guys can see it. And then it'll be posted on my website so you guys can go back and look at it again if you need to. Okay. So for those of you who are ready to start doing some of these detoxes, just we got to do it right. That's all. No one talks about this. Everyone out there talking about how to do these detoxes, no one talks about channels of elimination or about the binders. I'm the only one that I've heard who's getting deep into this and how to do these all properly. Because I know you guys, because I've been doing this for so long and I've screwed up. Trust me. I've made myself very sick and then healed myself again. So that's the liver. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and put them down and I'll answer those as they come in.
Yeah. And you learn by trial and error. So you've learned that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like you said, nobody does this. Nobody knows. Anyone who eats meat, please, please keep your eyes on recalls. A lot of recalls are being ground beef at Whole Foods. Yes, I do want to mention, and we've mentioned so many times, local people, local. There's local butchers. I know more so in the Midwest and all, not quite so much in the Phoenix area, but there are local butchers. They know where they got their meat. They feed it to their families, so they're not going to mess that up. So please, please stay away from the big stores. I'd rather go to the Mexican markets, the Asian markets, and all before. I mean, I do go to Sprouts and Safeway, but I'm trying to well, I'm working on weaning myself off of it because it's just so expensive and I can't trust what they've got. Really can't.
I got a mosquito in here. I'm gonna get it. Um,
Get the cinnamon out.
I'm gonna kill it. Cannot be here. I do not like mosquitoes. I will wipe those out in 2.2 seconds, you guys, because when they bite you, they lay their eggs in you. Another critter. So I don't play when it comes to those or
Critters.
to yeah or yeah when it comes to the
To any type of insect, bug, critter.
they're going to bite you. They're going to lay their yuckiness inside of you. So, anyways, okay. So, Christine, okay, fatty liver. Let's talk a little bit about that too before I move on. Then, okay, yes, fatty liver. I also had that. Okay, and I'm still working on that one. All right. Now, um, if you have any fat or if you have anything around your belly, okay, that you have fatty liver. Period. Because when the liver has to work too much, if you are eating 3 meals a day, okay, if you are having 3 pounds of food a day, you better be pooping out 3 pounds of food the next day. Because if you're not, you're overflowing that liver, okay? It's just like a cup. What happens? The excess is going to go out. It's going to pour out, you guys. So that's what happened. It pours out and it creates the fat. That is fatty liver. So only consume the food that you need for the energy that you're burning and make sure you're pooping. And if you're not, contact me.
Okay, hold on. But I just, lost 40 pounds. Congratulations that you just
Good.
lost 40 pounds.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Good. You're on
yes.
your way. Good, Kristen. You see, so and you should be feeling, but you probably most likely have those flukes. I guarantee you do because you abused your liver for so long. And
And and everybody has, in one way or another. Even
mhm,
Miss Claudine has abused
oh,
her liver.
yes, as a bartender for 29 years, people, lots of French fries. Even though I thought I was pretty healthy back then. I'd only have, every shift, 4 shifts a week. Oh, I'm just going to have 2 or 3. But come on now, you guys.
I know you
That
can't
adds
stop
up.
it.
That adds up. That added up. And that's where I got fatty liver. And then I was a drunk for 14 years of it, you guys. I was sober the last 15 years of my career. But,
It,
no, I'm not exempt from this at all. I have done the work. That's all. And I'm here and I own a facility and I get paid to do this stuff. So I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you get rid of the flukes now, start working on a detox. Again, if you don't come to me, you're going to go out somewhere else. That's fine. But make sure that you're clearing up those channels of elimination and that you've got the right binders. Because if not, your body's going to reabsorb that. I know I sound like a broken record, but those are just facts. Um, so yeah, fatty liver, and that's what fatty liver is. And so when you're losing weight, the fatty liver starts to go away. And the really cool thing about the liver, I don't know if you guys know this. I think a lot of people might know this. Did you know that they can take half your liver and your liver will grow back? Yeah, it rejuvenates.
psoriasis of the liver. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and I understand that you're scared, but don't accept what happened to him is going to happen to you. Do not accept it. Because even though we talk about the body and what's happening in it and things start in different ways, remember, mind over matter. Your mind is in control, or it can be in control. in what you're thinking, your positive outlook. And I'm going to get through this one step at a time. Just take the 40 pounds and celebrate it, but not with candy or alcohol or something like that. I would suggest, because we have Miss Claudine here, and I'm going to pull up the QR code that even if you're not here in the Phoenix area, somewhere you're here, that get a hold of Claudine. When she
And
talks about plants over pills, I can tell you because, I mean, my weight, I didn't have that much weight. I did not have that much weight.
no, I'm
But
not a big
I
person
have
at all.
lost, I'm down to minimum weight. I'm not hurting. I'm not, everything's fine. But removing sugar from my diet has helped. And what has helped me get there? Claudine, please explain how I stopped having sugar.
She stopped. I think I was having my 1 year anniversary when you stopped doing sugar. I had hit my 1 year mark maybe, or was it before
No,
then?
you just started. You just started when I met you. Started stop.
Oh,
You
that's
stopped
right. That's
sugar.
right. That's right. We've been together for a year and a half now because I'm 18 months of no sugar, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's June. Oh my gosh. This year's halfway off. And it was the mushrooms, the tri blend. Yes, the tri blend.
Okay,
Yep.
and that would that I started using this in the morning. Now I'm using it at night. However, the other one, this
Lion's
was the
mane.
main one. This is my afternoon when I get the urge to have sugar. This is what I take in the afternoon. It helps get you over that hump. I'm just saying.
Yes. So Christine, she Julie just said to celebrate, but don't celebrate to sabotage yourself. Okay.
No,
So to celebrate, let's get off sugar.
yeah, exactly.
So the celebration is going to be no sugar. Okay. That is going to be the first. Once I got off sugar, you guys, whoa. As you guys have known, who's been watching me on this journey since the first of this year, you have seen me give birth to some stuff. I'm going to show it again, you guys, as we go through these different organs. I'm going to show you what came out of me every time I did that detox for that organ. Okay. That we're talking about. Um, and I'm okay. I'm okay with being known as the critter lady. I want to be. I want when anyone thinks about it, I want go to Claudine. She knows the critters. That's who I want to be known for. Okay. I'm gonna go out of this planet knowing that I annihilated everybody's critters. Because I understand what they are, you guys. They're archons. Okay. You guys, I know a lot of you guys know my journey. So, anyways, um, okay, and cirrhosis of the liver, you guys, you don't have to be an alcoholic to get that. Mm-mm. No.
But he was a drinker, and I understand that.
But,
But yes, you
oh,
don't have to be.
but that's what when you're a drinker, you get cirrhosis of the liver. But you don't. What happens is if you don't take care of your fatty liver and you keep having fatty liver, that turns into cirrhosis of the liver. So it's a trauma that is never, it just keeps becoming more and more trauma. And that's where it ends up to being cirrhosis of the liver. And then we all know what happens. Um, um, I'm looking at some of these comments. Okay. So I think we did a pretty good job on the liver there. You guys kind of understand. Let's go ahead and let's move to the lungs. The lungs is something, the chakra system, right? Isn't that what we're pretty much talking about here? The chakra system.
Yeah. And for those of you who didn't see it before, solar plexus is where the liver is and what is part of the liver.
Mhm.
And that's why you get yellow eyes when you become jaundice, which is a liver problem.
Yes,
And make
Chris,
sure
and you
that
can stop it now, Christina. Get a like I said, we're going to start this month because we got the solstice coming in. We're recycling again with mother, and I'm going to start my own. What I do as a regimen, I will have everything out next Tuesday. We will, because I think we'll be a week away from the solstice, and it's going to be time to start the elimination. So, and then right after the solstice, we'll get into the detox, but you can always get a hold of me anytime. Go to my website. I've got products, and like I said, just get a hold of me and I'll get you going on getting these flukes, flukes detoxed. Um, and it's not painful. It's not that painful. You're uncomfortable for about a week or two. You feel like you have the flu because they die off inside of you and they release toxins. So,
And you do need to mention what you can intake besides the mushrooms and all to help remove or detox those critters. And
yeah, I did. I said the dandelion and the milk thistle are the two.
but that's for the liver. But all critters. There's pumpkin seed kernels. There's pomegranate arrows. There's papaya seeds.
Hmm. That's
Okay.
the diet. That goes into the diet of what they can eat and stuff. Because
Oh,
in the
that's what I'm
diet,
saying. It'll help in between stuff. I take all of these things. So
yeah, it's
I mean, I talked about
parasitic food.
mushrooms.
Yeah, we go into the parasitic food when I get them. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. Parasitic foods, which you guys can
Yeah.
eat, which are going to eliminate them and just keep them dying off. But let's get on the lungs,
Okay.
okay? Now the
Okay.
lungs, come on now, you guys. Your lungs are very important. A very important part of your chakra system. It is the throat chakra. And that is where grief is held and where you release emotions. Okay. When you cry, your body gets damp. And so let's go through what these amazing systems what they have to say. Okay, Chinese medicine, lungs store grief and sadness linked to death and skin health. Okay. Native medicine, breath is sacred, life force. Grief is held here. It must be released to breathe freely. Okay? Breath is everything. Without breath, you're not here. You don't exist. Ayurvedic, Veda, dosha, air and space. Rules lungs, dryness, and emotional sensitivity. Okay? So the lungs, when you can associate it with mourning, death. I think we've all lost somebody in our life that it's been devastating. It's not easy for the living for when someone dies. It's always us who get, who have to learn to grieve this person because they're not really gone, you guys are not. Their physical's gone, but we miss that physical interaction as we are the human left behind. And I get grief, you guys. I lost my father at 3. He's now been gone for 53 years. It never goes away, but it gets easier as you understand it, right? And then I just lost my sister-in-law, who was extremely dear to me. And Julie's been watching me go through this journey of the grieving I've been going through with her. We're almost hitting a year now. Her 1-year anniversary is coming up. So I'm sure that'll be a tough day for me, but I'll get through it, you guys, because I understand it. But that doesn't mean that I still don't grieve. I don't hurt. I don't miss her. I do. This was like, she's like my sister, the sister that that I have a sister, but I don't have the same relationship that I had with my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law was a second mother to my children, so that's how she was a good auntie, you guys. She gave the definition of auntie, and she had 5 children of her own and was still there to give to my children the way she did. So anyways, I understand grief, you guys, I really do. So but it doesn't just have to be the loss of a loved one. What about a divorce? What about people who lose custody of their children?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about grandparents who the children use their children against them, and they can't see their grandchildren anymore because there's some kind of tiff that went on? So grief comes in a lot of different ways. It just doesn't have to be through death. And so the lungs are breath. And I like to refer to this. I did a little bit on my live last night. What was it that the Creator gave Adam? The breath of life. I think a lot of us probably heard that Bible story before. And yeah, the Creator gives us breath for life. So it's everything. It supports your circular energy, you guys. I'm sorry, your cellular energy. I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing. Okay. Breathing and oxygen exchange, right? You inhale oxygen from the air, and it delivers it to the bloodstream. You exhale carbon dioxide and waste products of the body. So anyone out there that does breath work, you know how important the breath is. So keeping those lungs healthy and to grieve. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to cry. That's how you release these energies. When you cry those tears of grief, that is a different energy than when you stub your toe and you cry. Totally different. I have protective barrier. The lungs are lined with mucus. Oh, yep, the mucus membrane, you guys, right here, okay? And the immune cells to trap dust, bacteria, and viruses. That's another thing I want to talk about was the moisture in the lungs. You want moisture in your lungs, okay? You want moisture throughout the body, just a little bit right in here, right? But you don't want over excess moisture. So when you hear people who have a lot of phlegm in their lungs, you'll hear this from smokers. Oh, come on now. You're going to know a smoker when you see one just because of the way they talk. It's almost like they gurgle their own phlegm. And I'm guilty of it. I'm a smoker. I have been smoking cannabis since I was 13 years old, but I don't have that, do I, you guys? I don't sound like a smoker. I don't look like a smoker, but I also haven't been inhaling all those carcinogens. It's not tobacco, hon. It's not cigarettes. It's cannabis. And I'll be honest with you guys. I was a heavy cannabis smoker for a really long time. I loved being stoned because I have a straight connection to source that way, but it's changed now. It's changed a lot. I don't need as much cannabis as I used to. I've matured a lot, but I do continue to keep smoking a little bit. But it's a spiritual ritual for me now. Sometimes in the morning before I go into yoga, I might have a little bit, I might do a little smoky before I go into and do my exercises. Sometimes it's not every morning, you guys. It's just what I'm feeling. And then at night before bed, that's it. That's it. It doesn't happen during the day for me anymore. I just don't need it like that. So my relationship with it has definitely changed. And I also want to protect these lungs, you guys. I just don't smoke any cannabis. You'll never catch me buying anything from a dispensary. Never, ever would I smoke that trash or put it in my body. My smoke is grown outdoors with the moon, the stars, and the sun, and with a lot of love. And I take that seed and I put that seed in my mouth. And then that seed grows the cannabinoids that I need and the terpenes and the flavonoids that I need for my body. So again, it's very ritual for me. Okay. Anything else about the lungs? Okay, so what I have written down for the lungs, well, I got these off of from old writings that I have from the Ayurvedic Chinese and stuff, because I study all this stuff all the time. So what they say to clear breath work and deep sighing, okay? If anyone knows anything about breath work, Look it up. Go on YouTube. Find someone who's doing breath work. Follow them. Okay. I know how to do breath work because I've worked with a master yogi who teaches Kundalini breath work, and I have been working with him now for about 5 years. So I've done a lot of breath work with him. We actually lived together for about a year. He lived at one of my other healing facilities that I had, and we would do breath work. So when I say sigh and you're going to do the breath work, is as simple as going like this, you guys, okay? And do that 10 times and then take a rest. Do it 10 more times. I can, or by just doing that, I can feel my head already going, woo, and you'll feel it all the way from the sacral if you're doing it right, okay? Or make it your own. Do whatever you need to do so you guys can breathe this in and out, and that will start getting the circulation of the lungs and that mucus, okay? And if you have excess mucus and you're a smoker, you got to get control of that mucus. You're going to end up with cancer, all kinds of stuff. Mucus turns into plaque, you guys. And that is where the parasites make their home inside of you. Okay. Um, Crying, journaling, like we already went through over the tears. Okay. And the number one herb, you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I do have licorice written on here. That is a good one, but it's mullein. Mullein. That is why my mucus in my lungs is so beautiful. I know I have a great set of lungs, even though I've been smoking cannabis since I was 13. I could run a mile. Well, not right now, not the broken foot, but I could most of my life run a mile in less than 8 minutes. Right now, it'd probably take me hours, but that's only because I'm healing my foot right now. So, there's the lungs, you guys. One of Oh, another thing I wrote down here, air from the lungs powers the vocal cords so you can speak and sing. I can't hear you, Julie.
That's why it's part of the throat chakra. Yep.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, One of the affirmations that I like to say to myself regarding my breath is I breathe in peace and I exhale sorrow.
And Jess says, what are your thoughts on oxygen bars?
Oh, for the deprivation tanks? I like
I
the
know.
oxygen bars. I think that I really feel them. That's a good point. You can go to the oxygen. I go to the deprivation tanks, Jess, and then at the when I get out, I go to the oxygen bar. That's some of my I got to take Julie to the deprivation tanks. Those are where you lay inside of a pod full of magnesium and water. Julie, have you done that before?
No.
Okay.
The magnesium sounds good, but
Absence, oh, just gallons and gallons of it. When you come out, you're just dripping wet of magnesium, and it's just, yeah, Epsom salts. Um, and they got a special going on right now too. A really good special. It seems like they're not getting too much business, so they're really got this summer still going on. So we'll have to go. It's right down the street from my healing facility.
okay.
It's right next to my Clonodics place where I get my butt unplugged.
You get clonodics cleaned,
I get very clean.
cleansing.
I do all this stuff, you guys. This is all the stuff that I do for self-care because I love myself. I'm the best and I deserve it. And so do you. And you're the best too. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, I like oxygen bars are great. If you guys can find them, they're not very expensive. I don't know what you're paying out there, Jess, but I get a half an hour for $10. As long as I do a deprivation, and sometimes I do it for free too. They'll give it to me for free. So yeah, that's a good thing to get. Very good. Thank you, Jess. Um, so okay, and I said the affirmations on that one. So I guess we pretty much covered the lungs. I think we did.
Well, for those who don't know, the lung is a minor chakra. And besides being attached to the throat chakra, it is also heavily influenced by the heart chakra. That's why emotions go through that. That's why you get the lump in your throat because of the reaction of your heart. So, just
Yeah,
wanted
and
to.
then your lung is like your second kidney. They release grief and regulate moisture. So, yeah, take care of those lungs.
It, you know what? It's kind of funny because my ex was a smoker and I'm talking smoker, cigarettes, anything he could get his hands on. And he smoked for many years, many years. He was also an alcoholic. His lungs were fine. His liver was fine, but all of those ended up messing with his brain. Okay. All of those toxins ended up in his head. Just,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, and moisturizing the lungs helps hydrate the skin from the inside out. So if you have nice moist lungs, you're gonna have nice moist skin. The liver also has something to do with with skin too. That's more of the lower chakras though, the root chakras. So um and what I use for the lungs, you guys, a lot is I like to eat chia seeds and flaxseed. So, but my number one is mullein, you guys. Mullein and nettle. Those are my two herbs that I drink those teas every day, almost every day. And again, and if you drink mullein, if you drink it like for a couple days, you'll start to cough up all this black stuff. And that will definitely let you know that you have a parasite in there. I'm going to show you a picture of a parasite, you guys. I'm sorry, critters. One of them that came out from, so I believe that it was wrapped around my lungs and through my rib cage, perhaps, and around my heart, because I felt it the night before. I was having chest pains, you guys. And the linear part of me, my intellect's taken off. Oh, your heart attack, your chest pains. And it was really painful one night. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on now? So I laid there and I just did my breathing exercises and I ended up falling to sleep. And then the next day I woke up and I will show you what I gave birth to. But let's move on to the heart, because this came from the lungs and in the heart area. Okay. So let me get my notes on the heart. I'm sorry, you guys. I have so much research and notes, you guys. I'm so sorry. I've been at this for a minute, right?
and Nikki Colbert says, I have liquid mullein. Is that as good as drinking tea?
Did you do the extraction? Where'd it come from?
What is the source of your liquid mullein?
Yep. Yep. I've never used liquid mullein. I just use the tea. Okay, again, you guys, I'm here in Arizona. Mullein is very native to Arizona. So I just go up north and I cut down a whole bunch of mullein. I mean, we have mullein trees, which mullein is not a tree, but it looks like Julie will tell you, great
Yeah,
big mullein like type trees, bigger than us. So I have an abundance of access to mullein, and that's what you purchase when you buy from me. You're buying Arizona Flagstaff mullein, so it's a good stuff. It's the stuff the natives used here, the Hopis. Okay, so let's move to the heart. Um, the heart is um, what is the emotions at the heart? Joy, right? Right? It holds joy. heartbreak, and connection. Now, can you feel that? Did you feel that when I said those words? When you connect to source, or when you connect with an animal, or when you connect with any living thing, where do you feel that vibration from? When you meet someone for the first time, and for single people, you meet somebody, you feel it right in your heart, right? Your heart space. I'll get the critter that came out from that area now, okay? When I detoxed that out. And this was probably the most painful, uncomfortable critter that I got out. It was wrapped in there, you guys. It was tight. I could feel it. It was insane. I really need to just print these out and it's like have cue cards, right? Again, if you have a weak stomach, turn your head, okay? There's the critter. If you zoom in, you'll actually see that's the whole biofilm, you guys. That's everything. The critters live inside of that. They're big, long tapeworms. And you can see a little bit of the worm on the close-up right here. Here's another, this is a separate one. This is a different one. This one's even bigger than the other one. And if I go closer, you can just kind of see the worms popping out. So I had about, I think, 4 of those that came out of me. That was the painful. Those were really painful. I'm gonna get my next one ready. Okay. So the heart, okay, so they call it a pump, but is it? I'm reading and I'm hearing new things that it's not so much the pump, the lungs are the pump. So, but I've always been taught that our heart pumps our blood and stuff. And it removes waste and it regulates blood pressure. But I've seen a lot of things regarding that that's not so much true. So, but it does have a lot of channels. And I know that your love and your connection to source comes from the heart. The heart chakra is the main one. You connect to the heart, then you connect to the third eye. That's been my process with it. I don't know, maybe you guys have been different, but if you can't connect to your heart, you're not going to be able to connect to your third eye. And that's your God's eye. Okay, yeah, like I said, it maintains circulation and blood pressure, regulates flow through the arteries and the veins, responds to body needs for more or less blood flow depending on activity or stress, supports hormonal communications, works with the brain and adrenal glands and stress response. And it produces its own hormones called NAP, which helps lower blood pressure and regulates fluids. Signs of its imbalanced, you guys. If you don't have a balanced heart chakra, you're going to experience anxiety, insomnia, palpitations. And I know you guys have experienced this. I experienced this before. Anxiety, unexplained, inaccurate heart palpitations. Have you ever had that? Those are kind of scary when those happen. Those are not fun at all. So yeah, that, feeling disconnected or brokenhearted. These are all the signs of having an imbalanced heart. And then the herbs to clear it is I like black seed oil. That's what I use. Black seed oil is something that goes inside of me every day. It has helped me with my heart so much. I can feel it when I take it, and I can just feel it just working all around my heart channels, you guys. I really can. It's a very strong herb. Um, Another one is hawthorn berries. Those work really good too. That's another good one. And rose. Rose, it I love rose oil. I put it on my chest, you guys, the rose. And I also will put it in my belly button too. Remember that we've talked about the belly button as another form of taking medicine. Um, Movement, gentle dance, heart opening yoga poses. I'm not a yoga person, but I've learned that doing certain poses for the heart through yoga can also help open up those channels and clear things out. And number one, laughter. Laugh, 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 laugh. That really helps bring, to lift the heart, to lift you, period, when you laugh. That just releases so many hormones that are your happy hormones, your dopamines, your serotonin, your GABA receptors. Just lots of self-love practice, you guys. That's, that intimate, intimate ones, intimate self-care for the heart. And singing. If you can sing, sing. I sing. I can't sing, but I sing. I just play the music really loud so no one can hear me. And an affirmation I have on that one is, I am worthy of love. I open my heart and let joy flow freely through me. I wrote a simpler one down too. I don't know where I put that one, but oh well. Okay, but that's affirmation I have. Okay, yep, those are all the notes that I've got on for the heart. Okay, so the next one. We did kidneys. Did we do kidneys? No. Okay, let's move to the kidneys ones. Okay, the kidneys are going to be, that one is going to be a really good one because I'm going to touch a little bit on Shivambu. Okay. The kidneys are very important for urine therapy. The kidneys filters, you guys, your blood. It removes all the waste, all the toxins, the excess fluid that you make. That is your kidney. Your kidneys are very important. And I just feel like kidneys are just so ignored. Kidney stones. If you've got kidney stones, for sure you're imbalanced, out of balance, and you have critters. You've got critters in those kidneys, okay? Now, for any of you guys who don't know what Shivambu is, I am a practitioner of Shivambu, and that is urine therapy. Urine comes and goes through the kidneys. It balances your electrolytes, regulates blood pressure. And it holds the emotions that it holds is fear, insecurity, survival trauma, and inherited fear. Okay, let me see if I can find my other notes on the kidneys. I really like the notes that I have on my other ones. Okay, so The kidneys balance your pH levels. It filters all the water through your body. It supports your red blood cells. And so the kidneys are super important. And I don't know how to get into this when it comes to the urine looping. Okay, so let me read a couple of the stuff that I've written down regarding kidneys. Okay, let me get to my notes here. All right. Urine is a pure, sterile filtration of the blood produced by the kidneys to maintain balance in the body. It contains water, electrolytes, enzymes, hormones, vitamins, and antibodies that you can't get anywhere else, you guys. This just comes from your body. You are your best medicine, all right? Making it a valuable substances rather than mere waste. There is no waste when it comes to your urine. If your urine is dirty, your blood is dirty. If your blood is dirty, your urine is dirty. The kidneys filter out excess nutrients and byproducts that are not harmful, but simply unneeded at that moment. Unlike feces, it's different, which contains toxin waste and bacteria from digestion. So the poo and urine is totally two different things, okay? Totally two different toxins coming out, okay? Urine is free from harmful pathogens when fresh, making it safe and potentially beneficial substance in urine therapy, okay? So the kidneys are very important. Urine looping, you can heal yourself from any disease. They don't want you to know this because your kidney holds memory, ancestral memory. Ancestral holds the memory, your urine holds the memory. And how I'm going to explain this is when you take your urine has the ancestral memory of what your body was like when it was super healthy, like as a kid, when you were at your healthiest. Your urine holds that memory. So when you're looping it and you're putting back in your body, you don't have to drink it. There's other delivery systems that you can use. I do teach all of that. If you want to do a consultation with me, I can get you going on this. Okay, again, contact me and we'll get going and I'll get more deeper into urine therapy. But the kidneys are very important for this type of practice. I don't know what the comment is. There any questions coming in or? Okay, so okay, so we went through the emotions. That's what holds your fear, your insecurities, your survival, and your past ancestral memories. Okay. Now to clear it, the herbs that I like for the kidney is because it does cause the fatigue, the adrenal fatigue, because it does work on your adrenalines, is ashwagandha root, and then the mushroom reishi, the mushroom chaga, because chaga gets rid of the heavy metals, you guys. You cannot get rid of any of your critters until you get rid of the heavy metals, okay? So the kidneys can hold on to a lot, flush. Well, the chaga works really well with flushing out those heavy metals through the kidneys, okay? Cordyceps. So it's the kidneys love those shroomies. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So those are the three there, because those aren't really herbs. Those are mushrooms, you guys. That's a fungus. But the only herb that I really do like for the kidneys is ashwagandha. And then the three mushrooms that I highly recommend, again, is the reishi, the chaga, and the cordyceps. Okay. Rituals, womb clearing, grounding in nature, warm feet soaks with ginger and salt and Epsom salts, you guys. Okay. Or either taking a little bit of Celtic salt with water in the morning with some lemon water helps with the kidneys too, helps to flush those out and to start getting those channels cleared out. Energetically, inner child work, reclaiming your power back, calling that power back, and doing some ancestral healing. If you guys don't know about this stuff that I'm talking about, just keep watching our lives, because these are all other lives to talk about all this other stuff. And then humming. Humming is really good too for the hum.
Did you freeze? What happened?
I'm
What's
watching.
happening?
Okay. So that's the kidneys. What is the next one we want to do, you guys? Okay, let me get all my notes on this one. The spleen. We don't, how, the spleen is hardly ever talked about. This, and the spleen is extremely, extremely important, and it is so deep inside of you. That is one of the hardest things to detox. I'm really working on my spleen right now. My spleen is the biggest focus for me right now. Why I'm doing a spleen detox right now. Can you guys hear me? Because I got all
Yes.
kinds of stuff coming up on here. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I'm working on technical issues, having problems. And yes, I'll talk to you, Don, later about how to get that fixed.
Um, so the spleen is just it's deep inside of you guys, inside of our body. It's very overlooked. I'm trying to find all of my notes on the spleen. I know I have a whole bunch of them because the spleen is a big one. I'm learning a lot about that one right now. Spleen is where you carry worry and overthink. The spleen will cause you to worry when it's out of balance and to overthink. That part of the brain that just goes da 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 da, and you put everything in the logical brain. Okay, you don't go with your gut, with your feelings. It just doesn't ever shut up when it's out of balance. Okay, I guess these are all my notes on this spleen. Got it. I thought I had more. Okay. All right. So it's okay. So it's always makes you overthink. The spleen will put you in a logical mind really quick. Um, it's now the Ayurvedic. Okay, so Chinese say stores worry and overthinking. Ayurvedic says related to digestion and emotion, and natives say guardian of vitality and emotional digestion. Now, when it comes to the spleen, what I've been using to clear this out and to get to it, because it is so deeply rooted, in your body and so neglected, I've been using beet juice. I'm on this beet juice kick. I've been on it for a minute, but I do it every morning on an empty stomach on a fast. And then I've been doing castor oil packs. That's another thing that I've been doing, and just trying to let go, letting go of what you just can't control. And your spleen filters your blood, helps fight infections, recycles iron, stores white blood cells. Um, and when it's not aligned, you guys, and it's blocked, you're going to have heaviness and stagnation in your, along with this monkey mindness that just keeps going and going and going and not being able to make a decision. Now to clear it, I've got mindful eating and walking in nature, along with doing the detox, you guys. Um, Ginger and fennel work really good on the spleen. So using those herbs along with beet juice, I have found to be very effective. I did give birth to something very weird looking yesterday, kind of small though. Kind of reminded me of an octopus. I did not get a picture of it. I just went ahead and let it go. I think I've got plenty of pictures of these critters to show you guys. But that I should have taken a picture of it. But it had these test. I don't know what you call them, but they came out like this. It kind of had a funny head at the top, kind of like octopusy type looking thing, with a lot of mucus, tons of mucus around it. Two of those came out yesterday. So I do believe that those came from my spleen. Um, th- Again, I'm going to tell you that is one of the hardest organs to detox. It has been for me, at least. It has not been an easy thing at all. I've been trying to get these things out of my spleen now aggressively. I'd probably say for at least all of most of April and all of May. And now I'm going into June. Um, a lot of meditation, you guys, a lot of grounding, a lot of meditation. That's just really is going to help you clear that out too, to get that balanced. The affirmation I've been saying for my spleen is I release worry and I trust in the flow of life.
Wow, I like that.
Mm-hmm. I'll say it again. I release worry and I trust in the flow of life.
Mm.
And I've been practicing living in the moment like I have never. I mean, that's just what it's about for me. It's been like that. I'm getting very good at this. I'm getting very used to this of just being in the present moment. And I think when I started getting serious about that, I started to release these these parasites that are finally coming out of the spleen. So let go, release, and just be in the moment. Practice that along with, um, add in these the beet juice and the fennel and the ginger in your diet. Uh, yeah, the spleen is just one of those tricky ones, you guys. If any of you guys have any secrets or you guys have anything about the spleen, please add it because it's just something that we just don't talk enough about or even pay attention to. Did you know that they'll take your spleen? Like they'll take your gallbladder and they'll take your spleen out of your body. They say you don't need it. Then why do we got it? Um, and the reason why I like the beet juice is because it supports blood flow. And it just really seems to really help with the circulation. When I drink the beet juice on a fast, you guys, I can feel it. I feel it all through up and down my back and my lower back working. Um, I don't know if you guys can feel things when you put them in your body and you can feel them working and how they're seeping into the body if you're in tune like that. But I'm very in tune like that when it comes to putting whatever I put in my mouth and whatever goes through my stomach. I can feel it instantly. And I command it to go where I want it to go. Um, and it just really just detoxes. I've found it works for the spleen just great. So there's the spleen. What's the next one you guys want to talk about? We've done the spleen, the heart, the kidney. How much time do we have?
Well, we got 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Oh, here we go. And then what the spleen does, it filters blood, it fights infections, it recycles iron. It's a blood reservoir. It breaks down hemoglobins and recycles iron for new and red blood cells. So the spleen is very important. Don't let them take your spleen. It stores the white blood cells and helps produce antibodies. It plays a vital role in your immunity response, especially fighting bacteria. That is another thing too. The bacteria are critters too. If you got a bacteria in your body, that's good. That's a critter. Okay. Over the weekend, you guys, I had this really amazing situation that happened to me where I was called to be somewhere. And I was telling Julie the story before we went live, and I went kicking and screaming. I do that sometimes with spirit. I can hear it loudly, but it was commanding me to go somewhere that I didn't want to go because I was over the situation. It was a business, it had to do with business, you guys. Well, I went ahead and went on this journey and went to this place that I needed to go conduct some business with my husband. And we went there, and I'm there and I see a young gal out in front of the house and she's playing a sound bowl, a Tibetan sound bowl. I thought it was her that I was supposed to show up for, but we have a little tiny conversation. I'm like, okay, I'm not here for her. Okay, whatever. So then I go to finish conducting the business that we're conducting. And then at the end of it, I find out that it's the mother of this household. And she has a feeding tube. And I asked her, I go, oh, what are you doing to help yourself, with the feeding tube? Like, what's your medical regimen? What's going on? She goes, well, right now I'm doing a critter cleanse. And I was like, what? I go, oh, okay. Where are you doing it? I start asking her, the questions, the elimination of channels, what binders is she using? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh, I'm here. So I knew right then and there, I'm here to see her. And she'll be in today. We're going to get her started. And all I know so far is that this started, and this is what the doctors told her. She has some kind of bacteria. They don't know the name of it. They don't know anything. That's all they keep telling her. It's some kind of bacteria. No help, no nothing. They just give her a feeding tube, and there you go. You're allergic to food. You can't eat food. That's pretty much where she's at. She can't eat food. If she eats anything, she throws it right up. I guess she got down below to like 80 pounds, and then they stuck the feeding tube in her. So the spleen, I'm going to start with the spleen when it comes to her. When she comes in, we're going to start talking about the spleen because that's where bacteria, it hosts a lot of bacteria. So little backstory on this, where I'll be working with somebody else on the spleen. So this will be interesting, but I'm going to use Shimvambu on her, you guys. We're going to see what happens and see if we can't get her healed because she can't eat. Wow. So I know. Beautiful woman. Oh my gosh. I mean, she's my age, and I'm telling you guys, she looks like she's in her 20s. Yeah. I know. Very gifted. Oh, cinnamon is another good thing too, you guys, for the spleen too. A lot of movement. So, and for the spleen, buzzing, that's a vibration that you can put out there. Sound like a bee, fly around like a bee. That's one of the vibrations it likes. So, all right. So, do we have enough time to do another one, or
who do you have? Or what do you have next? We should have one more.
Okay, we could either do the colon or the gallbladder.
Well, because of the liver, let's go with the gallbladder.
Yeah, let's do. Great minds think alike. I love the gallbladder. The gallbladder is something I feel I have really mastered very well. Now, with this client that I'm talking to you guys about, okay, there's something that her and I have in common that I have never had in common with anybody. Now, when I started this journey, mine started in the gallbladder. What that big critter I showed you guys just recently, I know that was living in my gallbladder, between my gallbladder and my liver. I know this for a fact because I used to have this pain where I would get a Charlie horse way up in my, way up there in my gut, in my small, is that your small, my large intestines. way up in there, up in my rib cage. And I would get like, it would feel like a towel was twisting and twisting, like a Charlie horse was happening. Okay. And it would just happen if I would do a certain yoga movement, if I would do a certain workout, if I would, especially trying to touch my toes. I could never go straight down and touch my toes, or I would get stuck with this pain of getting a Charlie horse up in my intestines, up in my, oh, it was horrible, you guys. And I suffered with this most of my life, ever since I gave birth to my third child. Went to doctors, had ultrasounds, had all kinds of tests. They never could find anything. They always kind of said, oh, it's in your head. They didn't understand the pain of the twisting, the pain. That was the only way I can explain it, like a Charlie horse twisting up inside of me. Well, I've talked to many clients. I've helped a lot of people. Never have I ever came across anyone who's ever felt that kind of pain until I met this lady. I counseled with her for a few minutes yesterday, and that is how she described her pain. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. I go, that's the gallbladder. That is the liver. Those are the flukes. So, the gallbladder is holds what is the emotions that the gallbladder holds is holds resentment, um indecisions, um your judgment is just not there. You don't have the inner strength, you don't have the courage to do what you want to do. um and your gallbladder is a little tiny thing, you guys. It's a little thing on top of your liver. It's so small, and it's so important. They take your gallbladder too. They will take your gallbladder, they will take your spleen, and that is what filters your bio, your poop. For those of you who don't have gallbladders, I'm sure life is much different for you than it was prior, because if you don't have, it's what digests all your fats, you guys. Um, it breaks down all the fats in your body and releases it into bio. It helps absorbs your vitamin A, D, E, K. It's very vital for your immunity, your skin, your eyes, your brain. Your gallbladders are very important, and it eliminates all your waste. So you want to really keep this little tiny thing that's inside of your body is very important. And you want to keep that healthy. And again, the flukes go in there, in and out of your gallbladder and into your liver. I do believe they swim around in there. And the reason why they can't pick them up on tests when they do the ultrasounds and do the MRIs is because they're very good at hiding and it becomes part of your gallbladder, and it becomes part of your liver. They camouflage in there. So that's why they can't detect them on any test. Is there any questions coming in? Um, okay, so Ayurvedic, it is the Pitta dosha, the fire, the bio principle. An overheated gallbladder shows up in inflammation, sharp temper, and skin issues. Has any of you guys ever had gallbladder stones? I can't hear you.
I know I have them, but um, I'm doing the apple cider vinegar to dissolve them. So they haven't been an issue yet. They won't be now.
Okay, the gallbladder, you can get gallbladder stones. I've had them. Again, that's kind of where the journey started several years ago. Oh man, this was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Mother had her way with me out in the forest one time when I was foraging mushrooms. Um, I had take this small little uh, I was on a gallbladder cleanse at the time. I was doing grapefruit and eating a lot of grapefruit, and malic acid. And I ended up giving birth to a ton of gallbladder stones. I had no idea I had them, but I was in so much pain, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you ever have, if you ever, you'll know a gallbladder stone when you get one. You'll know it. Ask Julie. She'll tell you all about it.
I've had kidney stones,
Oh, kidney stones. I've had
multiple kidney
those too.
stones. Yeah.
I've had kidney. Oh, kidney. Okay, I thought you had gallbladder. I've had
No,
kidney and gallbladder stones. I've had it all, you guys. I damaged myself pretty good working in the bar, I'll tell you. Um, so the gallbladder, to clean the gallbladder, one malic acid that comes from grapefruits, I'm sorry, from apples, grapefruits, lemons, all that stuff. Okay. Um, that's one thing that's really good for the gallbladder. Those are the main ones that I use to clear those out. If you have a bad gallbladder, you're not going to produce enzymes like you need to, which is huge. Enzymes are a huge part of your system. That's a whole nother show. Another thing that's really good for the liver that I like is milk thistle, artichoke leaf, and turmeric, along with the malic acid and the grapefruit. Okay. Let go of any of that anger you have, that frustration that you have. Okay. Let it go. Let it go, because that is like your anger organ right there. Okay. And confusion and all that stuff. Sound healing is really good for the gallbladder. I notice that when I play my sound bowls or my rav pan, oh, I can just feel my gallbladder just settling down, like just goes to sleep. And a lot of body work, a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching has helped me with that, with the stagnation of uh, of of having these gallbladder stones and stuff. So yeah, the gallbladder. Take care of it, you guys, because if you don't, they'll take it. That and the spleen. And you don't want you need these organs, you guys. You really do. There's a reason why we have them. I mean, you guys, where's your bile going to go? Where does the bile go if they take it?
yeah. My dad had multiple operations around his gallbladder, and they ended up taking it, putting in splints first, and then taking it out. He didn't need to go through all that mess, but it really harmed him later in life. He loved having ice cream every day, and if I knew what I know now, knew then what I knew now, I would have gotten him off of that ice cream or low sugar ice cream, because the sugar cause a third type of diabetes, which is Alzheimer's, dementia. And he had dementia very badly, and it caused a lot of problems for him. He would overdose on some pills, and he ended up losing so much weight. He and I were very close in weight at one time. He passed at 132 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he went through a lot. But
Yes, he did. He did. And a broken heart too.
yeah,
Um, Without a gallbladder, the bile flows continuously from the liver into the small intestines, even when you're not eating. So the gallbladder, it you won't be able to eat fatty foods at all. And fat's important because we need fat for the brain. So you just got to, have it in moderation, know it, don't overwork that gallbladder. Don't overwork the liver. Like fasting, you guys, look into fasting. All right. Only eat what you need. Again, if you overeat, all of this goes in, and that's why it goes into fat, and that's why we have fat around the belly. Um,
And yes, yes, Jess, petrol or petroleum products do as well.
mm-hmm,
But I
mm-hmm.
know that sugar is a cause of it. And remember, these come in containers that are wrapped in petroleum products. Most sugars are.
Yeah, petroleum is so bad for you. Get away from all of that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I know a lady who puts petroleum jelly all over her body every night.
Mm.
I'm like,
I
what
mean, we were
are
brought up
you doing?
on Vicks. Yeah, but
Oh, I just that I had to end up
yeah.
dropping that client because she wouldn't listen to me, and I'm not going to waste my energy with someone who's addicted to petroleum
Oh,
jelly. Yeah, yeah, it was
mm.
insane. Um, as she smoked grams and grams of wax, THC wax.
Oh,
Oh, it was insane. It was so insane. I'll never forget that client. That
yes.
was crazy. Hmm. It was the first client I had to drop, so I'll never forget
Oh,
her.
wow.
Um, yeah,
First one you
super nice.
fired, huh?
Yeah, yeah, got that. Super sweet, really nice lady. But you know what? You're only super sweet and super nice until you're not, right? Um, Now, what you're going to notice that your gallbladder is out of balance and causing a lot of problems, and probably has kidney stones and probably has all these issues, is you're going to have a lot of bloating. If you eat something and you get bloated right away, gallbladder, straight up gallbladder. Um, Diarrhea, diarrhea, constipation is a form of diarrhea, you guys. So
Hmm.
anything that's not normal, okay? Gas. If you are farting and farting and farting and you're bloated and you got all this gas, that is the critters. That's the critters right away. You're feeding them and they're moving. And then if you notice that you have any kind, I guess you could call it a greasy stool, oily stool. Yeah, if you got a weird looking, your poop is kind of clumpy and yellow, like greasy, mucusy, that's gallbladder. Uh, Especially after eating fried food. Pay attention to this, you guys, after eating fried food. I don't really eat fried food too much unless it's fried in ghee. Um, yeah, if you're going to do anything, that's just try to stay away from fried food, preservatives, sugar, all of it. But anyways, if you do put any of this in your body and you get the bloating, you get diarrhea right away, you get really farty and gassy, there you go. That's why, because you're eating, you got gallbladder issues. Now, to clear out the gallbladder. Oh, another thing about the gallbladder that I was told. Oh gosh, this is a really important one. The gallbladder is your decision maker. It's not only where you store anger and stuff and frustration, but it is your decision maker. When your gallbladder is out of balanced, you have a hard time making decisions. I noticed this. I totally forgot about this one, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I noticed that I would have a hard time making decisions. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You put that in linear. Every decision you're making goes straight, instead of being your God thought, your first thought, you always put that. I'd always put it in my linear and try to talk myself into it or try to talk myself out of it. Yeah, I don't have that issue no more. Um, the gallbladder was one of the hardest things for me to clear out. We'll see how it goes when I get the spleen done, you guys. But I'm telling you that when the kidney, the liver seemed to be pretty simple for me. My skin, my big intestine, my lower intestine, I got those cleared out. Those seem to flushed really nicely. But the two so far that have seemed to be the toughest is my gallbladder and my spleen. And it made sense when I found out that my gallbladder is my decision maker. And I learned that from a yoga lady on YouTube. She said that we were doing gallbladder moves because I was doing a side. When it came to me clearing out my gallbladder, I did side yoga. Anything that worked the sides, you guys, your side, because you're always working the front, you're always working the back. But do you ever work your sides? So when I got into that and she had said something in one of the moves, she goes, your gallbladder is the decision maker. I have to remember that one. I need to write that down. So, yep, there's the gallbladder. I mean, unless you guys want to add something, I'm sure there's a ton more things that I have written here. But that's pretty much all of
Okay.
the notes that I've written down. I mean, I've got more things. We didn't get into the skin, large intestine, small intestine. We've got a couple of the other organs that we could have talked about, but I know our time is about up, so we can get into that next week. Or whatever we do, whatever spirit leads us to do, I guess. Do you guys have anything to add? I know we started really late too, so
Well, just real quickly, blah, I can't even speak right now. Want to remind everybody of the new show coming on tomorrow morning, and that is communication and connections. And I'm looking forward to it. My guest tomorrow will be Kathleen Krantz. I already have total of 5 different Wednesdays that are booked, and I'm working on more, but I want to get some commercials going so that I can promote everyone who's coming on. Let's see. No, I don't want that one. And I just have a little bit here. Where are you? Oh, and this is a little bit about tomorrow. Communications and connections with Love Right Warriors. Kathleen Krantz will be on. I don't have all the details on there, but it's 8 to 10. Tomorrow, it'll be an interview and then healing session right afterwards. So 2 hours worth of all of that. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you. And please share this information. I know that I've sent out invitations to a few people on the event. I will continue to send that out. And I know that I've boosted it as well. So hopefully everybody will get that information. I'm just looking forward to it. So the next people I have after Kathleen will be Sarah Lyle, Brittany Larson, Michelle Frost, and on the 23rd of July, I have James from Sippy Crumbs. So I'm looking forward to all of them. And there's so many more. If you have a story and want to be a part of this, Miss Jess with your new name, please let me know. I appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. But remember, tonight we do have the psychic squad, the class. So JSS class, and the email is going through on that. Okay. Yes, so that's tonight, tomorrow morning, and Wednesday evening, A5 says Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Thursday morning, Sonoran Mystic Tarot and Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot. I will be back on Friday morning with Scott. Friday evening will be yes, happy hour, but it is Friday Night Live with Sarah and Bonnie on the happy hour. Sherry Berry or A5 says might come and visit. Saturday morning will be Susan. That's at 10 a.m. Don't be late. On Sunday morning will be Jess and Bonnie on Psychic Sunday, and that'll be at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And Sunday afternoon, hopefully A5 says, and Miss Sherry Berry will be back. Monday, I'm not sure if KK or Carrie and Umber will have one of their dream work episodes or not. And then we'll be back on Tuesday. And like she said, we're not sure what's going to happen because there is something supposedly happening this coming Saturday. I will do my best not to be a part of it, and because It's not anything I want to even think about other than, yeah, it's someone's birthday and supposedly there's a big parade. Nothing to do with it, must it? Just, I think we should all have our own parades. Wearing purple, power to the people. Just a thought. And next week, just want to put this up here real quick. There it is. What is
Yes,
that?
the Solstice ABC Shroom Club will be coming next week. Yeah, there we go. This week, yeah, it's the 20th. Okay, June 20th. We'll be celebrating the solstice. We're going to be inoculating logs, mushrooms, teach people how to grow mushrooms on logs outdoors. It's going to be a great party to bring in the solstice. And then again, next week, we'll start channels of elimination for you guys so we can go on this journey together to start getting some of these critters out. I just want to say thank you, Kevin, for those kind words. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that I'm motivating you guys to be stronger and to be the warriors that you came here to be, because that's who you are. We're here to create the new earth, to get it going. And we are the frontliners. We are the boots on ground. We matter, you guys, so much. This Mother Gaia needs us. She's going to need us to show up for the solstice, and let's do this, okay? Again, next week I'm sure we'll be talking a whole lot about the solstice, you guys. Let me see, what else did I see in here? Yes, bitters are good. Bitters are so good for the organs. I agree. The more bitters you get in you, the better you're going to have for clearing out those channels. What parade? Oh, okay. Counter the unstoppable shit machine. Shit, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Species flying everywhere, right now.
I'm just going to say it in a manner that somebody would not appreciate, but it's supposedly Tacos B-Day, and I'm not getting into anything like that. And I'm just going to call it under the radar, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. But everybody stay safe. Yes, definitely stay safe.
Just love yourself. Keep loving
Yeah,
yourself.
we'll have to do portal 369 portal later. We got to get going. But thank you for reminding us, Victor. And thank you all for being here today. I know we've had problems with the Facebook pages, and people think we're doing readings today. But hopefully, the information you received was very important. Christine came in today thinking one thing, and I think she got what she needed. She wouldn't have been here without needing something, and hopefully she walked away with what exactly she needed, just like what happened when you went to do business in the city. So, Claudine, I'm so happy that you were able to do what you did for that
Oh, yeah.
person who's coming in today.
Yeah, that whole call I got put to go help that gal. Yeah. And she's coming in today. So I'll get her going. And like I said, I will be discussing her journey. She's, of course, you guys, like I said, she got the feeding tube. So she's going to be, I'm really excited. It's a new challenge for me. So I've never
Yes.
helped somebody with a feeding tube. Yeah. And I already knew straight away. I mean, because the spirit took me straighter to her. Of course, I went kicking and screaming like I always do. And then, but I'm really happy that I showed up and that she's going to be here and we're going to get her healed, you guys. She's going to start, you're going to watch this particular person. Hopefully she'll come on here and she'll share her journey with us. I don't know how shy she is. So, and she'll be able to discuss the urine therapy and how that's working for her. So,
Okay. Have we heard from Miss Nova recently?
yes, Nova was on last night for a minute. She's doing very well. She's very well. I think we've got her down to now 12 pharmaceuticals. Yep, when she started with 14 and maybe it's 11. Maybe it's 11. I will be, her and I always connect on Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll get an update today or no, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get an update on her.
Okay.
But yeah, her and I are interacting with each other at least 2 to 3 times a week. So she seems to be okay. Again, some days are better than others, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys so much.
have a happy everything, you guys.
Yeah, I've got to get to a different folder here. Sorry, back and forth, back and forth. Oh,
That's how I am with my notes today. They're just all over the place.
yeah. Here you go. Have a great one.